Welcome into episode 8 of the Bridge Street podcast here. We got a full episode. We got a lot of singles, a lot of albums that we're covering this week. Make sure you can do whatever you can to help out, whether that's liking, subscribing, interacting with the content in any way that you can. Definitely helps us out and allows us to do this podcast every week for you guys. We had a great episode last week. A ton of great content on the docket, especially when we can kind of go into more evergreen historical stuff with our top 10 albums of 2024. And we also had a brand new album reaction for you guys with the Don't Tap the Glass release by Tyler, the Creator. After you're done watching this episode, make sure you go back and check that out. Definitely worth a listen, definitely worth your time. And we really get into some stuff outside of our typical rap, R&B, hip-hop bubble, where we're usually talking about when we get into some other genres and other projects from last year. So on that list, we had some very controversial takes, and not to spoil anything for anybody watching, but we kind of do a weekly segment where we have homework assignments, where if we're talking about a project and we don't know, which one it is and we've never listened to, but the other person's mentioning it, we go and give it a listen. So I decided to put the new DC The Dawn album from last year in front of GNX by Kendrick, and if we had a bunch of people listening, I would be getting flamed in the comments.
Sure.
But thankfully, we got like 11 views on that podcast. But yeah, Rebirth by DC The Dawn. How did we feel about that listen, Jacob?
In the video, I kind of start laughing really hard when you put DC The Dawn album at number 4, but I get it. I get it, man. Like, I listened to the whole thing, and I can see why you put it in your top 10. Like, it's definitely like, I think you said it like last week, but it's just like he's just oozing with talent and potential, and it's so sick.
It's a straight vibes album too, and you
sure.
can like hear everything from like the Cardi influence, the Travis influence, and then even stuff like Satellite and Fly Enough to Be Virgil. You got like Kanye influence, so it's really a project that's like, because I've always been a DC fan and I've always just kind of been like, oh, I listen to this guy because I like this artist.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like, oh damn, like this is actually a crazy album.
Yeah.
So listening to that was great.
Yeah. No, it was sick. I'm glad I did my homework and listened. Fun listening.
And so I had DC The Dawn Rebirth at 4, and you had
I had sorry, cut you off. I had Gordy Creep's The New Sound, the rock album.
New Sound.
Yeah.
At 7.
Yeah. I want to hear what you thought about it because I think you'll think it's bad.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. When you told me that this guy used to be a guitarist for another band, I could tell. I really like this guy. Like, I love the instrumentals of the album and, like, the production and the guitar, and that was great. The guy's voice in the lyrical content is questionable. It's very... I was sitting there, and I was just kind of like, huh? Like, it just sounded like a very odd, like, mix of lyrics and tone and voice. And it's new. I get it. It's a progressive thing. But I was just kind of like, what am I doing listening to this?
I low-key understand that take, but I listened to that album just for the straight, like, instrumentals. Like, that's what I listen for. I just sit there and listen to these 6-minute songs. Like, they're just rock. I understand the criticism about the vocals. I get it.
The vocals is like, it sounds like he's like in an old timey movie, or like he's like a jester at court singing, and it's like, and I'm not trying to hate. It's just like I've never heard that sound, and the thing too is I don't have a problem with people like with unique or different voices. Like, huge Kurt Cobain fan, huge Billy Corgan fan, like that stuff I can totally do. But this was kind of like, it kind of felt like a little bit like it was very soft lyrical content, and the guy's voice on top, and I was just kind of like, but the guitars were sick.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
It's funny too, because like the reason like you think it's like how he sounds like an old jester or whatever singing. That's why I think it rules. That's why I think it rules. And then you put like the instrumentals on top of it, dude. It just sounds sick. But I get it. I get it.
I don't get it. And is that like a common thing in like today's rock? Is that like a common thing? Like anybody doing that, or is that kind of why it's so?
I'm not super tapped in like that, but like I think it's just more of like just how he sings. I think this is how it's the sound. I don't think
it's an interesting sound for sure, and I know I can tell why people just kind of go towards it, and it kind of brings them in because it's definitely different. But in addition, we have a ton of different albums on that list. Whether, like we said, it's GNX, Kendrick Lamar, Charm, Claro, really hit everything from Freddie Gibbs to Billie Eilish as well. So really, a ton of different selections in that episode. Make sure you go and watch that after this one. But I think it's time to get right into the singles. And I think the biggest one we got in terms of size is Which One by Drake and Central C. It's probably, the largest release we saw this week, even with albums included, in terms of star power. How did we feel about this one?
It was solid. It was a solid single. I was kind of I know we were both really high on the last big single that came out, and I was kind of expecting like a lot out of this one, but I didn't think it kind of lived up to that. But I still thought it was pretty solid. Like Central C's great, Drake's pretty good. Like I thought it was very solid.
I think we were so high on that last one, and then before it released, I saw that Central C was on it, and I just couldn't. I knew I couldn't be as high on that as I was the last one because I just knew it was going to be appealing to a whole different like genre and
Yeah.
taste, kind of compared to what he usually does. So I wasn't like it was a decent song, and it's honestly a great play too. You get that international audience involved directly after Wireless Festival. And if you're trying to bring old Drake vibes back, like a 2016 Views or 2017 More Life, this is definitely a way to go about it. I just like this is nothing game changing when he could have dropped he could have, and I'm not saying he could have dropped something the size of God's Plan, but he could have went solo and dropped something better. Still a good play to get people involved, but domestically, I don't know what it's doing for him.
Yeah, I think we'll get that like mega hit eventually from Drake, kind of knowing like how it's like kind of goes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as we get like later into it, clearly is amounting to some kind of rollout. But yeah, I think we'll get like a big solo project at one point that just like destroys like the charts eventually at some point. But yeah, I think this is more inter.
The Iceman release and rollout will be interesting to look at. I really am. I think he's gonna go for like a Views or a More Life type approach to this
That'd
project,
be so.
and which is sick. And but there's just so much context, and it's like where does he go post
Yeah,
everything? And
yeah.
we're not people harp on the beef, but it is context in this situation because we haven't had an album since it. So looking at it, if he goes in that direction of a Views or a More Life, it's definitely something worth looking at. I think that'd be the right move.
Yeah, appealing to the unks like us.
We're
The
not
old people now, dude. We're old.
to think those albums were out when we were in eighth and ninth grade is just crazy,
Bad man.
and it's
We're being
now
used
we're
for
gonna
nostalgia bait now. It's unbelievable. No, I'm kidding.
yeah people are gonna start calling us unk because we listen to the Pusha T album. Like these kids were born after like the first couple Clips albums. Like these are like 2009 kids listening to Drake, and you're like, what the hell is this? Like,
Arguing with kids born before Pusha T Drake.
yeah. They're like born in 2017 and they're already in the Drake. Like they got double freestyle. It wasn't anything.
I've been
Nobody
listening to
reacted
Cardi since he was born,
before
bro,
even
for
alive.
real.
Oh, so bad. Yeah, not a ton to analyze with that one. It is more of like a international like vibes dance track. I wouldn't call it like specifically a dance track, but it's definitely like a more international sounding.
For sure.
Like more of like a bop than like a mega hit. But it's interesting to see where he goes from here. I assume he'll have an album out in the next 3 or 4 weeks. No, probably 4 to 6 weeks is what I would put on it, and maybe one more single before it. But that'll definitely be interesting to look at, and we'll have the reactions immediately once Drake drops Iceman. The next single, I'll let you take the lead with this. I know this is one you were super into.
Yeah.
Daniel C.
Well, relax. I'll get into it. So this is a Daniel Caesar's single, "Have a Baby with Me." I was like really excited for it because I'm a huge fan of Daniel, and he's got kind of like this like little bit of momentum built up behind him from like being on Chromacopia and stuff, and like all the new gen like Tyler fans are like, "Oh my God, he's dropping," and it's just like, I don't know. This song was kind of like not great in my opinion. Like, I was kind of expecting sort of like, I think you might share the same sentiment, but like the older Daniel Caesar from like 7 years ago at this point. But I didn't really have anything to write home about. Nothing kind of grasped my interest. It got me really excited. Like,
Daniel Caesar lacks direction,
yeah,
is what it is.
yeah,
Is it's you can't ever question this guy's vocals because his vocal performances are always going to be great.
hmm
And what you're really seeing is just a lack of direction. When somebody utilizes his voice or him on a track in the right way, it's always great.
yeah,
But like, what am I gonna do with this?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. It's kind of frustrating for me because like, again, like I said, I'm a huge Daniel Caesar fan. Just like, oh, it's just like if it's just like a lot of this now, it's just like I'm not gonna be very excited. Like, I hate to like, I
Mhm.
don't like I'm not gonna say like it's like shit or anything, because like you said, the vocals are still there. Like, it's just not. It's just like kind of marginal. Like, just
I'd fully agree, and it's even not just like a from a concept or idea perspective he lacks direction. It's more like from a technical aspect, like even like like a Japanese denim where it starts slow and you have the drums and then you have the instruments come in
mhm.
and like the melodies there. That doesn't happen on this, and it just feels like if I get a Daniel Caesar album with 10 of these songs, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 because it's nothing great, but it's fine enough,
Yeah,
and we'll go with it.
yeah. I feel pretty much the same way with you. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But
Yeah, I think we got minimal reactions to that one, nothing too crazy. Another one we were definitely interested in looking at, and kind of a very big release in terms of the artist. Tame Impala with End of
yeah,
Summer drops a near what was it
like
7 minute
7 minutes
13
long.
seconds, almost a 10-minute track.
Mhm.
Um, crazy long, and it's impressive. It was a solid single, but I know you're kind of more tapped into this.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about
Yeah,
this?
I thought it was solid for sure. I wasn't expecting something like as long as it was, so that kind of threw me for a loop there. But no, I thought it was really solid. And like with Tame Impala too, like he's definitely releasing an album like very, very, very soon because he's posting all this stuff on his like Instagram of like it's like whiteboard. It's like dun 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 like all the mixing and stuff. So this is pretty much the beginning of, I guess, like, I don't know if it's like a rollout or he's just gonna drop it, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it was a solid single for sure. Um, to get me in the headspace for a new Tame Impala album. And if the whole album kind of sounds like it, I won't be mad. I don't think it's solid. I won't be mad.
I think the big thing too is when you get these like uber creative and guys who like to control the whole process, whether it's like a Tyler the Creator or Tame Impala or guys who just do everything that are just creative in nature, they really tap into what their current interests are and what they're listening to.
hmm
So you can definitely feel like the electric DJ modern feel of this compared to some of the older stuff from Tame Impala.
hmm
But it was a decent song. And looking back at all of the singles this week, I didn't have any that I dislike, and I didn't have any that I was like super impressed by.
Yeah,
So
I kind of agree. I feel sort of bad. I feel like we've always been kind of like feel one way or the other, but all of these have kind of been indifferent about them, which is like we don't really have much to add because it's like it's fine. Like, you know what I mean?
I think it's definitely interesting when we have to get on here and do a show. You have a show to do today, so you
Yeah.
have to have a take on this music. But it does speak in a broader context to where we are at with music, where it's like it's not like you're on a random Tuesday or Wednesday and one of your favorite artists drops a song like on SoundCloud or like even mixtape era when you're talking like Keith or Wayne or some of those other guys dropping stuff on like Dad Piff and my mixtapes. So you're kind of just in a point where you're like you hear single, you hear single, you hear single, and then you're either into some of them, into a few of them, dislike all of them, and then it's like, oh, is this album good? You give it a listen, it's kind of mid.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in an interesting space with music,
Mhm.
and we'll see how this album is, and I think this will be a pretty solid album.
Yeah. I mean, like, knowing Tame Impala and just enjoying his music, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, I'm sure it'll end up being really good. Yeah, we'll see. I'm still excited, nonetheless. No matter how uh, indifferent I may seem.
Dude, it's definitely like it's an interesting artist because you just don't know what is going to be
Yeah,
produced.
yeah. Like I sit,
It's kind of a grab bag.
yeah, I sit here and say if the whole album sounds like this, I'll be content. I know it's probably not gonna sound like that. So we'll see. I'm so excited.
Well, an artist where you know exactly what it's gonna sound like every single time. NBA Youngboy dropped "Make America Slime Again." It is a 30-song, 94-minute project, live on all streaming platforms this week. There has been anticipation for this review because we have one person. I'm not going to name names. There's one person in here who doesn't really listen to Youngboy that often, and there's someone who listens to him a lot. Not naming names. Not naming names. I don't know who it could be, but you know what? I'll let you voice your opinion and see how bad it is.
Okay, you know what? I want you to go first on this one. I want you to take the lead. I want you to set the groundwork because I want this to be. You just go first. You go first. I think it would be. I
Okay.
think it would be better.
A lot of people who don't listen to Youngboy projects don't know how to listen to a Youngboy album. There's a very specific way in how you have to listen to an NBA Youngboy album because I will admit at sometimes it does get a little repetitive. So for anybody wondering how to listen to an NBA Youngboy album,
Thanks.
you cut it in three. You listen to the first third. Later that night, you go back, or the next morning, depending on when you listen to it. You take all the ones you added from that first third, and you play the second third with them. And then another 12 hours later, you listen to the third of it with all the ones you added up to that point. So that being said, this NBA Youngboy album was okay.
Okay. The fact that you listen to I don't know if this was like bait or like real, like how you actually did it. If that you listened to it in 3 or 4 separate increments and then landed on it being okay is crazy.
No. I don't think you're understanding. This is how I listen to every NBA Youngboy project.
No, I'm
This is not
understanding.
big. No.
Perfectly clear understanding. Um, no, I think maybe that's where I went wrong. I did not like this one like at all.
Oh, well, that's just a terrible take. That's just,
I know. You know, there's some highlights. Like I like the song with Carter on it. We talked about it before. Like there's a couple highlights, but like, dude, it's like 30 songs, man. It's like fucking. Excuse me. It's 90 minutes long, and I got like 2 highlights, maybe. Like that's crazy to me. Like, and it's so like. You know what? I'll give him this. Like it's very consistent. You know, it's very much like it all feels like the same. And like if you go back, I talk about is consistency, but it's just so there's just so much. There's so much, and none of it really like brings me in. And like, no, I just wasn't. This one wasn't for me. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I'm too old or whatever. Maybe I'm out of touch. But no, I don't. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Unk needs to get his ears checked.
Dude.
No, but on a more serious note,
Yeah.
I think this is what Youngboy fans are expecting, and it will stream well. I'm really excited to see the numbers
Hmm.
on Tuesday. I think there will be a couple times on each Youngboy album where you'll see him step out of his Comfort Zone. Games of War instrumentally is something that you don't often hear Youngboy rap on, with kind of more of a band esque feel, a trumpet feel in the production on that. And those are always interesting to see. And that's one place where I really think he hits on, going out of his comfort zone, adapting that street rapping, that Louisiana style rapping to a different, instrumental production vibe. I think that's a place where it really hits. But there's also a place, I hate to talk about this really, but there's a spot on this where it's almost political commentary, where he just screams sex and violence about 35 times on one song. That's like, and I'm not just saying, I'm saying like that, those are the specific words. And on XXX, and it's almost a political commentary. Like, we're almost getting a political commentary about how, the media likes to portray Youngboy as, a demon, rah, rah, rah. But I may be giving him way too much credit by saying it almost hits that, but it's a bad song. So you get the goods and you get the bads when Youngboy steps out of his comfort zone, and you also get the 28 other songs where he's in his comfort zone. So, if you're an NBA Youngboy fan, you got everything you wanted. I liked it. I'd probably have it about 12th or 13th, and if I ranked it in his discography. So it's a decent project. I'd probably have 9 or 10 adds to the playlist.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy too because I'm at work, and I work with like another like NBA Youngboy fan, so I truly can't escape. And
Yeah.
I'll hear them scream like sex and violence, like sometimes just randomly through the day, and
That's crazy.
I'm like, you guys.
I think the biggest thing and the reason why I became such a Youngboy fan when I was like, I want to say I was in like ninth or I think I want to say I was in ninth grade when he dropped 38 Baby, and it was like crazy because that was the point where you could like go on SoundCloud, see the top 100 list, and it wasn't like incredibly botted. And like before that, I had saw this NBA Youngboy guy, and I was like, oh, this stuff is crazy. It was like Baton Rouge rap. You had never seen like get that promoted that crazily or have that much success. So when you first listened to it, it was something like incredibly new you had never heard in terms of production, street rap, vocals, everything like that. And just the spectacle of it at the time too, when you get into it, and like he has this 38 Baby song hit like crazy, like just go wild in 1 week. Then he gets arrested at his first ever concert for for like some crazy stuff, and he's got the best lawyers in the world because he's gotten arrested on 2 billion things.
Yeah,
it just comes out, and but I think it's something that like if you like street rap, you're probably gonna like, unless you're one of those people who get way too invested in it and pick specific sides.
Yeah, those people are also annoying.
Those people are so terrible. Like, bro, you're not from there. You're not one of those people. Like, stop acting like you are.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you're from Minnesota.
Man. Yeah, like, why are you choosing sides in the OTF 4K trade beef, bro? You're not from there. You don't know these people. Like that's the big thing I'd say is like, but I think there's also a lane that people don't understand is like, you can listen to this and enjoy it for what it is, the street rap stuff, even if you're not like in that type of lane or like live that type of life. You can still enjoy this stuff. That's kind of like, and I think there's a lot of that other perspective where people say you can't enjoy this. That's kind of like saying you can't enjoy Peaky Blinders because you weren't alive in Britain in the 1940s. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that there's obviously a bigger conversation here, and we'll probably dive into it at a different time. But I thought this album was pretty solid. It's a Youngboy album. There's going to be a lot of tracks. There's going to be a lot of him yelling, a lot of him singing, and a lot of him yelling, and it kind of sounds like singing and vice versa. But where'd you kind of land? Any ads on this one, actually?
Not really.
Not even the Cardi song?
No, yeah, the Cardi song I added. The Cardi song I added for sure. I thought that one was sick. That was, again, I was like, oh, wait, okay, I get it. And then, you know what? Before I give my rating, real shit, like, I feel like there's a lot of, I think you're either in the camp of, like, you really like NBA Youngboy, or, like, you'll just never get it. And I think I'm in the camp of I'll never get it. But, like, I understand the appeal, and I understand why people like NBA Youngboy. and I understand and respect your take for saying like like how you feel. Like I'm like I get it, you know. Like
I think too is like you have those people who are Youngboy fans and they are higher on this than they should be.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
there's like maybe three projects from NBA Youngboy that I think are like objectively good. I think Fed Babies is the one of the most underrated mixtapes of all time. Him and Moneybag Yo, like insane listen. Especially too like Until Death Call My Name, and then the four album is crazy too. So there's like there's probably actually like 5 or 6 projects by NBA Youngboy that
yeah.
are like objectively great. This is not one of them.
Mhm.
In terms of ads, I had Fire Manager with Cardi, which that's gonna be up there on my top 10 songs of the year list. I'm starting to fill that out, kind of, just so I have a frame of reference. Games of War, like I said, with the trumpets. Morocco, Myself Part 2, Wine and Dine, If You Need Me, Kickboxer, and Priorities were the ones I added here. What was your rating out of 10?
Like 3, like a 3 point, like a 3, bro. Like I'm not even like baiting or trolling. Like
I have
I'm sorry.
I have this one at like a 6.8. Um, you know, it, you might kind of be mad at me that it's 1.3 higher than or it's actually 1.6 higher than I had Don't Tap the Glass. But
It's whatever, man.
you know what?
Young boy fans, am I right? I'm kidding.
I, I had a good time with it. It was definitely an enjoyable
Yeah.
listen. And it's gonna be polarizing. You're gonna see a 7 and a 3 or a 6 and like you're gonna see high and low rankings all over the place.
You know what was crazy? Sidetrack before we get into the next album. I was like reading some comments online about like what people thought of the album, and
Mm,
I saw two different people give Don't Tap the Glass a 5.5 like you did and a 7.8 like I did. Like exactly.
really.
Yeah, I wish I took a screenshot, but I just saw that and I thought that was sick. Oh,
That's crazy, dude.
yeah.
I think it's very interesting. Like, and I think too, as we gain more of a following, we'll see who like you'll start to see that like certain music opinion like a majority of your music opinions will align with like kind of one of us or the other one.
Mhm.
We do agree on a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
but still like definitely a different background. A huge album in terms of critically acclaimed, you know, huge project in terms of, rollout, critical darling album, big names, Alfredo 2 with the Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo 1, which is one of like outside of how you feel about that album, whether you think it's great or you think it's terrible, it's one you will see on top 10 lists of the 2010s of all time. Very high on a lot of lists, despite how you feel about it. So you're going to see a ton of content on this from people and a big rollout, putting everything to the side, taking everything out of it, listening to this project for itself. How did you feel about this one?
Yeah, this thing was really sick. Like I love Freddie Gibbs, so I'll always be like very high, but this one was really, really interesting. Because like on Alfredo 1, um, you got a lot more, I guess, like toned down like lo-fi production with a song like something to rap about, for example. And it feels like that, but like a whole album. And I love it. I think it's so sick. Like, yeah, I just think the Alchemist production insane. Freddie Gibbs as a rapper is, he's him. I love it. Yeah, no, I love it.
This is a great album. I think objectively, it's a very, very good album. I've kind of looked back at everything and just kind of tried to see why I don't listen to a ton of Freddie Gibbs.
Mhm.
And it's not because the music's bad. I think I've kind of come away from this album as like, I don't have a ton of respect for Freddie Gibbs as a rapper. Like, and
Elaborate, elaborate.
I mean this in the nicest way. When I heard Pusha T like dish Travis on that last record, I was like, you know what? Like, he's right. Like, he's taking this stance, and I kind of see him calling it out for like what something is. But like, how this is the 18th time he's dissed academics on this project, Freddie Gibbs. This is him dissing, Benny the Butcher, who's a legend, and Currency, who's also a legend. And I just these disses, and then he's even saying on 1995, he's saying rap beef is corny, but then he's throwing shots at people, and it's just like I see this whole thing of him criticizing people, and I just don't think he's got really the pedigree and the resume to do that. He's never had a top 100 hit. And meanwhile, we're supposed to sit here and take his words as gospel, as like he's some, messiah or bastion of truth and rap, and he's not. I'm not gonna let that affect my opinion of this album, but that's kind of why I have been slow to listen to Freddie Gibbs' music.
That makes sense. Like that's a sentiment that I think is kind of agreeable for a lot of people. Like when he does shit like that, just like this is other rappers randomly. I think it's like, I don't think it's corny. I think it's kind of funny. Like I take it like not at like face value. I take it more of like, yes, But yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I see where that criticism stems from.
I think it takes away from his projects too. And I think that's a big thing, is because if he didn't have beef with all these people and call out these people randomly on Twitter, or like, and he was just an album artist, and I know that's something that's huge about him, but like, and everybody's like, oh, he's a critic's darling, and all those people who review hip hop, not to make fun of them because I am one of them, but all those people who live in that like critically acclaimed lane, they love him, but like he doesn't have the respect from rap fans that he thinks he does, because it's a different audience giving him that acclaim.
It's true. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. I mean, like, regardless of that, dude, I thought this whole thing was sick. Like, again, like I said, it's just like a more laid back production. I thought one of my favorite songs on it was "I Still Love Her." I don't know. That was like an instant out of my playlist. It was like first 10 seconds. I'm like, all right, we're in, bro. We're in. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, how did you feel about the like overall? Besides that?
I think you can't ever doubt what Alchemist is gonna do. I think his process is so streamlined, and he cuts so much of the fat off of anything he does, to when you see him come out with a release, it's like the production is unquestionable.
Yeah.
And it's more the same here. And it's almost like I'm underwhelmed because I knew it was gonna be great, and it was great. like in terms of a reaction to have against it, the Alchemist production was incredible on this thing, all around. And for the stuff that I did say before with Freddie Gibbs being a little bit different, and speaking kind of further against it, once you step back, take a look at everything outside of that, his rapping on this in terms of lyrical ability is great. I'm still pretty high on the project.
Yeah. No. Sure. I mean, for me, some of my playlist ads, like I'm literally looking at it right now. Mar-a-Lago, Ensalada, Skinny Suge 2. The JID song, I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I liked the rest of the album. I don't know how you feel about that, but that was one of my things I kind of have here.
I think the JID edition was great, and I think that'll age well too when you look back at it and you're like, okay, oh shit, I forgot there was a Freddie Gibbs JID song. Let me go listen to that in a year, and you're gonna like it more.
Yeah,
because it's just in the context of this, when you surround it with like amazing songs, you're kind of just like, oh,
yeah,
this is good. But I think Anderson .Paak on what was that, Ensalada, was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's probably like one of the best songs on the album.
Yeah, no, that was sick. I love Anderson .Paak. Like anytime he's featured on it.
Or Feeling, I think the track was Feeling.
No, it was Ensalada. You're right.
No, yeah, it was Ensalada. Feeling is the one that Larry June's on.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. No, yeah, that would. Yeah, I love Anderson .Paak. Sick.
Dude, he's so goated. Like whether it's rapping or like doing some of the more vocal stuff, it's crazy.
The Bruno Mars album, dude.
Yeah.
so raw.
In terms of ads, I had 1995 Enchilada Feeling. I think Feeling with Larry June. Larry June just been killing it,
Yeah,
dude. This whole
yeah,
year,
that was
Two
tough.
Chains project. It's lights out.
Mhm.
Um, I still love her, like you said. Like I heard that and it just grabbed my attention immediately.
Mhm.
Had to add it to the library, like instantly.
Yeah,
Um, I think it's Gold Feet. I think that's the one with JID
yeah,
and Shangri La or Shangri La.
yeah, yeah,
Crazy,
yeah, yeah.
crazy play. I think, like I said, Alchemist production across this whole thing, whether it's kind of the guitars on 1995 or kind of the mix on Enchilada, like the main melody on Feeling. There's just so many different layers to this production and instrumentation that it gives these guys a platform to excel.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of that, where you kind of coming in out of 10 on this one?
I think we'll be pretty close on this one for sure. I'm feeling like 8-6.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm at like an 8-1, 8-2.
yeah, that's
You
fair.
know,
Yeah,
like I did listen to this one and I'm like, oh my god, the Clips album is actually really good. Because my reaction to that was like way crazier than this, and I know this is good.
yeah.
So I was like, after looking at that, I'm like, oh, the
I
Clips
think
album is
I
crazy.
think my reaction to this was crazier because I love Freddie Gibbs, but
Yeah.
I know the Clips album is better. Like in my heart and in my soul, like I know it's better. And it is.
Freddie, Alfredo, and then I think an interesting question too. Do you think this is better than the original?
Yeah, I do. I think some
Okay,
people won't agree with me, but I do. I think so.
I think it's super tight. I'd probably
It's
take this one as
it's
well,
close though.
but
It's close.
yeah.
Close.
Great project overall. A bunch of ads on that one. Going into the next one, which we kind of wanted to throw in there because we did look at his contribution to the Kevin Abstract album Blush,
Mhm.
about a month and a half ago. So we definitely wanted to check back in as we hit his own album, his solo album, Quadeca with Vanisher Horizon Scraper. I think I got
Yeah, you
that one
got it.
correct. I'm happy I got it on the first try.
Mhm.
This is something that is very interesting to listen to.
Mhm.
And I know that is a very basic claim to have about it, but it does kind of range into that soundscape type album feel, aesthetic type album feel.
Mhm.
Um, how'd you feel about this one?
Uh, I was kind of confused because like when you listen to Quadeca's last album, it's definitely a little bit more of like a rap album that has kind of some of these experimental ideas. And like I really thought like he did very well. Like he really hit the nail on the head with that one. And I thought this was gonna be the direction it would continue to go in, but it really wasn't. And I think that kind of like hurts him a lot. You know what I mean? It's just like I like it's just I think he's he's branching out like a lot more, which is interesting. But it like I think in this case it doesn't like it didn't really help him a lot.
I think I think you have a really good point. I think this is like an album away from him getting to what he wants to.
Yeah.
Like he had to fight so hard against his initial impression and how the majority of people know him because not only was he so big on YouTube, but he also had a younger audience and the majority of people who will listen to his music now by recognizing the name are going to be a little bit older but still the main music demographic. So he has to push really really hard against that to get people into this music. So it was definitely confusing.
Yeah.
I think that's a great word to describe this album because it almost, what it kind of made me feel like the Andre 3000 flute album. Like
That's fun. That yeah, yeah. I mean, I
like
get it.
it felt like such an external experience to his discography that I didn't really feel a connection with it at all.
Mhm.
And not even like a negative or a positive connection to it. and I was just kind of put into it and kind of just, okay, what do I do with this?
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's interesting if you look back, even like last year with his album Scrapyard, that's a really good
Mm,
album. And I heard
yeah,
that, I'm like, oh, this is like it. Like this is what he wants. Like he found it, he figured it out. Like this is really good. And now I'm just like, what happened? Like what happened? Like 8 months. Like how like what changed, I don't know if this is like if what you're saying, it's like he's one album away from what he really wants. If then I think I'd be even more confused as to what that is. But like, yeah, I don't know. I was just, and I also, I guess, was like kind of excited too. Uh, but yeah, kind of
I
underwhelmed.
don't want to speculate on what he was thinking, but it almost, and I didn't listen to Scrapyard, and I definitely should, but I feel like it feels like him really trying to go into that critical darling lane,
Mhm,
like that critic bait album of like, this is so artistic
mhm,
that this is what people think is good music versus what feels like good music.
mhm.
And the thing too is like, he sounded so good on that Kevin Abstract album because we talked about the 2 or 3 songs that he was on were the best songs on the album and really added direction to it. And this isn't directionless, but it's going somewhere, but I don't know where he's going.
Yeah, that's what's crazy too. It's like you hear him on the Kevin Abstract album, and then you're like, oh my god, like this is what I'm gonna expect for a new Quadeca album. It's so cool. And then you're just like, what's happening? Like what's going on? It's like I think he could have gone into the critical darling route, like continuing to use the same like sound that he had with Scrapyard. So I don't know if that's like what his like main goal is, but like if he wants to do it like with a different sound, like that's cool too, I guess. Like I don't know though. Like yeah,
I also saw he released a video for every single song on this album,
I did not see
which
that. That is interesting.
which is a very interesting move. And
Yeah.
that's why I don't want to say it lacks direction because it doesn't. There
Mhm.
is an intentional push here for him to create a sound, but you're kind of left in this void of like random soundscapes. Like you're almost searching for where his vocals are on some of these tracks.
Yeah, yeah, a
It's
hundred percent. Yeah.
like you'll go through like 1.5 songs and not really hear him.
Mhm.
So it encroaches on that soundscape area, but you're still pushing for like it's a very confusing album, and that's why I think we're halfway to the point where his vision is realized and it brings some of the older, not the old elements of like the YouTube stuff, but some of the older elements of his past discography, some of this,
Mhm.
and brings you to the right place if he doesn't abandon this type of idea.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, it's not like an unlistenable thing, like I get it. Like I understand like what it's going for, but yeah, I mean, a lot of it was like me just sitting there being like, what is it? What are we doing?
And it's very, very interesting the slate of 3 albums we got this week
Mhm.
because the Youngboy album is strictly for his fans, and his fans will eat it up and they love it. And so it's gonna be recognized by the people he wants it to be listened to as a great album, but the listener who's listening to critique it won't see it as that.
Mhm.
And then you have Alfredo too, which delivers on both fronts, and then you have Quadeca, who tried to appeal to those people who would critique the album, but it kind of missed on both fronts. And maybe when they listen to it, they'll see it otherwise. But
Mhm.
that's how I felt about it.
Yeah, I still think it's gonna get critically acclaimed somehow. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't looked at reviews that much. I haven't seen what
Yeah,
people have been saying, but I can see that people would that. I can.
yeah. I'm interested to see where they come in because I haven't, and I should listen to older Quadeca stuff too, just to get an idea.
I
But
recommend it.
I
I recommend
I feel like this pushed way too far to where like, and I'll get in depth in music, but it lost me at a certain
it.
point
Yeah.
where I was just like, I don't want
Homework
to listen
assignment.
to this.
Homework assignment.
Any ads to the playlist from this one?
Uh, yeah. Ruin my life. That.
That's the only one I had as well.
Yeah. No, it was crazy because like I saw like he had did the announcement for like the album or whatever, and all the comments were spamming like "Ruin My Life" like was so good. It was peak, whatever. And then I listened to the album and I heard and I was like, oh yeah, this is like really good. And then the rest of it, I was confused and I was like, what's going on? But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the only one I had too. And then out of 10, where you landed on this?
I mean I'm thinking like a like a 5.5. Like it was like pure mid.
I
It-
had this one around a 4.8, so
yeah,
not far off.
yeah.
A very a very different album compared to what we're listening to, but
Hmm.
it was good to check out. And
Yeah.
you know, it's always good when we can kind of I enjoy listening to this new stuff that I'm like I don't usually listen to.
Yeah, I think it's good too because we talked about Quadeca a lot on like
Hmm.
previous stuff, and I thought it would be interesting to see what it kind of translates.
Absolutely. So that wraps up our albums of the week. This is your
Yeah,
darling of a segment.
this is
This is the segment you crafted, you with your bare hands, 18-part recipe.
yeah.
What are we doing here?
So this week's draft is my baby, my golden goose. This is building the worst rapper of all time. And it's inspired by those sports graphics with like quarterbacks and stuff, like building the worst quarterback of all time. It's like Daniel Jones's brain, uh, Daniel Jones's arm, you know what I mean. Anyways, but so the way it's gonna go is we're gonna snake draft it,
Okay.
and it's gonna be the categories are appearance, public reputation, lyrical content, like what they actually rap about, release consistency, as like how often they drop, and then vocals, what they actually sound like. And you can pick these in any order, with the exception of appearance. I would like appearance to be the last pick because I think it's funny when we build out these rappers and then say what they look like at the very end.
It's fine by me. All right. With that, you want we haven't done this in a while. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah.
We got one is heads, two is tails. What are we going with, Trashley?
Tails too.
All is heads.
Oh fuck! No, tails never fails though.
Oh, dude, you know what I'm doing? I'm taking the first pick.
Okay,
I'm taking
yeah,
the first pick.
go for it. What's your first pick?
With my first pick, public reputation, Diddy.
Dude, you can't do that. That's crazy. Okay, okay, I see how we're playing the
You
game.
want to build the worst rapper of all time? I picked Diddy's public reputation as what we did,
Hmm.
and he is a rapper. You know, Bad Boys, the '90s, everything like that.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I think that one's pretty self-explanatory.
That's fair. Okay, I see what game we're playing. Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you,
Great
man. I
pick.
got you.
I think that might be the best possible pick.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, no, that was a really that was a really good pick. Um, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'll go vocals. No, lyrical content. I'll go lyrical content, and I'm gonna go with Miles.
On lyrical content,
Yeah, Miles for lyrical content. It was this tough decision between vocals because those are also pretty terrible. But the lyrical content, if you really look at it, is also pretty fucking bad.
can I pick? Do you secure Miles
You
or
secured
or
you secure who you pick. You can't
so
repick. We
I can't pick
we
Miles
we
vocals.
can't have two Miles in the world, Sam. Yeah, so there's no
Oh, that was literally my vocals pick.
oh shit. Yeah, no, you can't repick that.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I should have picked that one.
No,
I
the
don't know.
Diddy pick was like crazy. That was
Yeah,
insane. That was
I
where
did that one
that
for
was
the
a good
moment.
1-1. Like you
I
can't
did
even
that one for the moment.
you that wins it, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go vocals or sorry, lyrical content, Miles.
Okay, and then you get the next one.
Yeah, I get the next one. I'm gonna do public reputation, and I'm gonna go with Logic.
Ooh,
Like just corny.
that's a good pick. That's an underrated pick. So I obviously took Diddy there, but then I had Ye as my second.
That
But like,
yeah. I was thinking about going Yay like as like a pure rage pick, but I think
yeah,
Logic I think is a because like you think of like what's the Kanye public reputation, right? He's like one of the greatest of all time. It's just right now he's a Nazi. Like
right. He's a Nazi. So, but it's also like he made 8 insane albums that are 10 out of
yeah,
10s. So it's like obviously we don't want the Nazis PR, but
yeah, but like
also like
he
10 out of
also
10.
made Graduation. Anyways, no, like the Logic thing is like he's kind of always been corny, you know? That's like his thing. He's the 1-800 guy. But yeah, that's my pick.
All right. So then that's a good pick too, just because Logic it's the ultimate
Yeah.
corny.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go with release consistency for my next one,
Mhm.
and I think I know who you're gonna pick, but I'm gonna go with mine,
Mhm.
Lauryn Hill.
Oh shit.
Honestly, honestly, like like so one of the like probably like my favorite. That's top 5 albums of all time for me. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. But she only dropped that album, and then she did like an MTV Unplugged special, and she's never dropped since.
Yeah.
So my guy will only drop one album, and he has the reputation of Diddy.
Sick. Get one more, no? Or
Yep.
you only have appearance left?
I have. Oh no! I have lyrical content.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. I'm surprised he hasn't been picked yet, but Tom McDonald.
Oh fuck. Fuck. Fuck.
I'm gonna go
Fuck.
with Tom McDonald's lyrical content.
Yeah, that's a really good pick. Jesus Christ. You won, bro. You low-key won this. Okay, so for my last two, I'm gonna go release consistency, and I'm gonna go Andre 3000.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's
I
like
thought you were gonna go Frank Ocean.
I thought about it. I thought about a Frank Ocean there. I just think like 20 years of nothing and then a flute album and then nothing again. I think
But also, like, you have like 5 Outcast albums.
yeah, it's I mean, but that's like again, that's like 30 years ago. Like imagine
All
this
right.
worst rapper of all time drops 3 albums 30 years ago, 3 or 4 or whatever, how many it is, I don't remember. And then just 20 years of fucking radio silence. Anyway, that's not the point. Um, okay, I have vocals last, and
Appearance last.
yeah, but you're gonna pick your appearance pick first because you won the coin toss. So my vocals pick, you're gonna hate me. I'm gonna go NBA Youngboy.
Oh, this is a garbage pick. This is such a garbage pick. Like, this is such a trash pick. Wait, that's so bad, dude. Young Boy's vocals are actually fire. This is garbage. This is a bait pick, and you got me. And you got me, dude. His vocals are fire. Ah! So dumb.
Okay, okay. Sorry. Okay. That's okay. This segment is short but really, really fun. Um,
Because there's not much to talk about. Like,
yeah,
what are we gonna like? We can't really debate things here because it's just like.
it's just
But,
comedy.
but I need you to explain why you like NBA YoungBoy's vocals are like honestly fire. Like some of his singing is like insane, like great.
Um, I'm gonna explain it by saying when I listened to the Young Boy album for the podcast, I literally got a headache. And it's just
And you listen to Hyperpop.
it's a whatever, man.
I could have put fucking what's his name, Dusty Jane. What's his
Jane
name? Jane
Remover.
Remover.
Yeah,
Put
wait,
that
hold
guy
on. Can I switch my pick?
in.
I would actually do both the members of 100 Gex for my
That's
vocals.
That's fair. So you had NBA YoungBoy vocals.
Yeah,
All right, and then so do you only have appearance after this?
I only have appearance and you only have appearance. And you, so what it?
No, I still have vocals.
Oh yeah, you pick vocals then.
Okay. Then for vocals, Miles was like my pick.
Hmm.
Like I couldn't really come up with like a nasty one, so I just put Lil Pump.
Yeah,
Like, like it's just an easy. It's a go-to. It's easy.
that was yeah, that was like how I kind of did the young boy thing because I knew it was like bait, and like I was deciding between like lyrical content and vocals for Miles, like all day, literally all day.
You could put Miles here for everything but public reputation, and it's a valid
I mean, he
choice.
does songs with Kanye, so maybe you can even put him there too. But like,
All right,
is
so I
Miles
get
the worst rapper of all time? New segment. No, I'm kidding. Um, okay,
so I get appearance
you
now.
get your last pick is appearance. Who are you?
All right, it's a very specific era of this rapper.
Okay.
Doja Cat when she shaved her head.
Oh, that's not where I thought you'd go.
Like like Doja Cat when she was like she looked like strung out on drugs and shaved
Yeah,
her head.
yeah,
Terrible. It looked like a spider.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm picking that.
Wow, that's not where I thought you would go, which makes me really excited because what I'm
Like
going to pick is what I thought you were going to pick. So my
really?
appearance pick, what my rapper looks like, uh, Dave Blunt.
Oh no, that's legendary, bro.
Yeah.
That's like a that's not even like a terrible pick. I mean that's not even like a home run pick. Like
Yeah.
that's not like I think crackhead Doja Cat is
I think
worse.
that's also a really good pick too, to be fair. Like I think that's a really good pull. I had a literally a my I had a number two in here. You thought I I thought you were gonna pick Dave Blunt. I was gonna say Macklemore, and then I was gonna follow it up with what's worse than being uh so fat you can't stand up during your own concerts, being white. So
Dude, you know what? Another one. Okay, there's a couple guys. I'll say the MVPs of this one are gonna be Diddy,
yeah.
Miles, um, Tom McDonald. You could also pick for
Tom
anything.
McDonald's like a gross. Like it's a real pick.
One I had for appearance, Lil Mabu,
Oh shit.
and I kind of wish I put him for vocals, but I ended up going Lil Pump. I probably would switch that.
That was actually, I think, okay, I'm gonna blame myself. I didn't even, I like, God, Lil Mabu would actually been like a really good vocal pick.
Yeah, I should have picked that. But like Miles was like the number. That was like the home run.
Yeah, we both wanted, we were both thinking, Miles for like everything. I actually,
And then I had Lil Mabu as my second appearance one as well.
yeah, I had like, think that there was moments where I was just like, yeah, like you said, I could put, Miles.
I think okay, another one that we didn't use, and I had him as my second for lyrical content, Dax.
Dax. What did Dax do again? Who the fuck is
You know
Dax?
that like Joker freestyle thing?
Oh my god! That's
Yeah,
Dax? Oh shit.
yeah.
Yeah, lyrical content was.
Dude, low key, you could have thrown like Jake Paul in there or like a non-rapper.
Yeah, that would have been like we didn't think outside the box hard enough, I don't think.
Throw what's his name? Nick Crompton?
Dude,
Throw him
England
in
is
there?
my city. I was
Right?
talking about
Right,
Nick
dude.
Crompton the other day. I heard that guy died.
Really?
Yeah,
This is the first time
I
I've
heard he
heard that name
died.
in my life.
I heard he died.
Is he dead?
Yeah, they got the guy the fires got him.
Uh, what?
No, I'm sorry. I was
Okay.
lying. I was lying.
I don't think this guy. I was like, holy shit, this guy's dead. I've never. I mean,
I
R.I.P.
do
to
that.
that.
I do that a lot. I say someone like a celebrity died. Like, oh.
Oh yeah, because the thing is too, I would have believed it.
Dude, I finally. Um. Yeah. So let's recap real quick of what our worst rapper is. Our worst rapper
Okay.
of all time.
Okay. So, what did do you have everything you had?
Yes.
Okay. Let's hear your rapper. Who? Let's hear your rapper.
So my rapper has the release consistency of Andre 3000. He has the vocals of um NBA Youngboy. He has the public reputation of Logic. What did I say for lyrical? Oh yeah, his lyrical content is that of Miles. and he looks like Dave Blunt's. That was my fun.
Okay,
That's insane. That's,
dude. I
I,
so mine is the appearance of crackhead Doja Cat, the public reputation of Diddy,
holy shit.
the lyrical content of Tom McDonald, the release consistency of Lauryn Hill, and the vocals of Lil Pump.
You won.
Dude, I won
You
that one.
the Diddy, it's like
The
the
Diddy
Diddy
pick is
one won it
insane.
instantly. Like, let's be real for a second.
Well, it's just if you want to make that pick, that's a bold pick to make.
Yeah.
Like you're putting your nuts on the line with
Yeah,
that pick.
yeah. Because I was gonna say like public, like I said, I was gonna say public reputation of Kanye, but I was like, do I really want to go there? Do I really want to be the guy that crosses that line? And then you went for that, dude. Respect.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll take the W there. That's an insane segment, and
Yeah,
I just my will to win is just limitless. So I had to
yeah. That was a fun one
just
for sure. Yeah, you definitely were ready. That was insane.
that's honestly just an insane pick.
Yeah, no. Respect. I respected that. Well, okay, relax. I
We might have to bleep it out. We might have to bleep it out.
we might have.
The public reputation of just bleep,
Yeah.
and these people are gonna be wondering.
People are gonna.
We're gonna,
I mean, like, there's like two answers. Like,
but you know what? Well, we might have to bleep it out. We'll
yeah.
see. We'll see.
Like realistically, like, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. It's an insinuation. To
Whose
who it is.
name would they have to censor for public perception? I wonder.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. Well, that wraps up our podcast today. We went through 3 albums, 3 singles, and our own Build Your Rapper segment. With that, I think that brings the draft rankings to 3-1 me.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
I got a lot.
3-1 me. We'll probably do another one coming sometime soon. Next week we have a ton of decent stuff. We have the Metro Boomin album coming up on next week. And then also, which I might just talk about for 45 minutes, is the new Aries Breakins single.
Ooh, Aries.
Which, no, dude, it's Breakins too.
Oh.
Like, great. Like low-key, if you like the hyperpop shit, bro, that's like the only like hyperpop. I wouldn't even call him that, but like Breakins is crazy. Yeah, so we got some good stuff. I'm probably just gonna listen to that song for like the next whole week once that comes out on Friday. But yeah, we'll be back next week. When you guys get a chance, make sure to check out last week's episode, Don't Tap the Glass review, and we also go through our top 10 albums of 2024 list. Make sure to subscribe, like, interact with this video any way you can. And we'll be here next week with another video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you then.